All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be very quick here. Let's do a really quick little recap for today's action because I only traded stocks today. Didn't do anything on the indices, no commodities, no futures. Only traded the stocks. Didn't have any setups that I liked on the indices. I was watching gold. A lot of them did hit later on in the day, but by then I was pretty much done trading, so I did not take them. Had some really nice buying opportunities that came in. Not only on the Russell, but also on the E-mini S&P. But like I said, I didn't trade them, just traded a few stocks. First one out of the gate was CRBU, and once again, these stocks were on my watch list this morning. I do put out the watch list before the market opens. Typically, it comes out around anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes before the opening bell. This CRBU was very strong this morning with almost 3.5 million before the market even opened. Let's take a look at that entry. That entry was an H. Yeah, I know that was an H. Actually, that was an HF2. HF2 buy on CRBU. I did enter it somewhere around a little bit after 9 o'clock before the market opened, about 30 minutes before the market opened. And I did have several levels up here. So CRBU was not only was it very strong, but I was just getting pattern after pattern. Providing me not only with these entries, but also Einstein just kept showing that the market was going to go higher by showing me more and more projections because of the speed of this move. So anyway, I ended up I did get out after I went through this fourth level here. Okay, so we had 1, 2, you can see them real close, 3, 4, and then this fifth one came later on in the series. It didn't come out right away. But it did come out as we started to go through these first 3 levels. Then it projected out even further. But what I ended up doing is when I saw it hit that fourth level pretty quick and pulled back, I went ahead and got out. I got out somewhere in between this fourth and fifth level up here. So that's where I got out. Made nice little money on CRBU. Also traded JDST, my favorite. Let's look at JDST. All right, I've been trading JDST for a while. I like JDST. I like JDST because I understand its movement. It's usually very slow and very steady. And, a lot of times you hold on to it, you can make money all day long. And today what I did is I ended on an HF2 also on JDST. It did come in and came in a little bit more than 30 minutes before the opening, somewhere right before 8:25, somewhere between 8:20 and 8:20, 8:25. And I did have 2 targets up here that I was looking at. I did not get established any more targets until later on in the afternoon. I'll show you that here in a minute. But we did hit the first 2 targets fairly quickly out of the opening. Once again, if you've been watching me trade, once I get a pattern, I love to see the pattern set up before the market opens. I like to get in and then see that early morning rush and then get out. And that's kind of what we saw here. And why later on I did not take these higher levels, because I like to play that rush. So after we hit level number 2, I went ahead and got out. It did pull back pretty quick, and as it was coming down, going to my level 1, I did get out. Ended up getting out below level 1, but still a nice little profit on JDST. So let's take a look at the watch list. Let's also take a look at the trades we made. So as you can see, I did trade JDST, which was on the watch list. ASLN was also on the watch list, and CRBU, which was the big one once again, close to 3.5 million, even before the market opened here. But that was my big trade, CRBU. So $926. No losers on the stocks today. Just to let you know that these watch lists are put out every morning. What we do is we offer I offer a couple ways you can do this. If you'd like to learn exactly how these patterns are arrived at. Once again, you got to remember, these patterns have been around for over 35 years. So they've been around a long time. And Einstein has been around for a long time as well. So this method is not only very simplistic, all right, but the combination is very simple. Just 4 different patterns that I'm looking at. Once a pattern sets up for a buy and or sell, if you want to be a seller, that's fine. You can be a seller. You wait for the pattern to set up, tell you whether it's a buy or sell. Those patterns have very high probabilities. Once again, over 70, somewhere as high as 80%. That's about the max you're ever going to get on predictability long term. And then once the pattern is set up, then Einstein comes in and also does its thing, and it gives us high probability profit targets, all right, which is unusual to see that. But instead of just drawing some kind of funny Gann line, or, there's all kinds of different ways people come up with, they say, well, it's going to go up to the new, it's going to go up to the support area, or it's going to go down the resistance, and all that stuff. The beauty of Einstein, it gives me probabilities. So I know what the probabilities are. So the whole thing about trading, folks, is probabilities. You got to put the probabilities in your favor. The other thing you want to do, and as you become a trader, the longer you trade, you're going to realize that last thing you want to do is be following the crowd, okay? So I know a lot of people like to trade, support and resistance, but the problem is everybody else is trying to do the same thing, all right? And it's great to see something go through resistance and take off and fly, but what you don't see is the choppiness of what you're going to have to go through before it ever takes off. And most people are going to end up taking losses before they can ever catch the run. Well, the nice thing about Einstein is Einstein ignored all of that, okay? The formula is based on strong principles that do hold up. They're scientific principles, and the formula will give me very high probabilities of where price is going to go, and I just trade the probabilities, and that's what this is all about, probabilities. The other beautiful thing of using this method compared to what is publicly available, and once again, this is by my own design, okay? I have not released this. First time I started releasing Einstein was last year. That is, by the way, going to be going off to the market here in about a month. But the patterns I released about 2 years ago, all right? And I will keep those on the market. Don't plan on removing those. But the beautiful thing about what I do is I'm not following the ticket, okay? I mean, I'm not following the size. I'm not following what everybody else is buying, and I'm not following what everybody else is selling, all right? I'm getting in different places. I don't have that competition. And that's the key about trading. You don't want to trade what everybody else is doing. And besides, just think of it logically, folks. If you're using the same tools that everybody else is using, and everybody, over 90%, 98% of the people lose money, does it make sense using those tools? It doesn't to me. So you want to have something different. You want to be getting in differently. You want to look at the markets differently and the way they move. And that's basically what I do, all right? And not only does what I do based on strong scientific principles, okay, and very repeatable patterns, is these patterns, and Einstein, they're good in any market, okay? I could trade cryptos if I wanted to. I do trade Forex, and I do trade, obviously, commodities, and I also trade stocks. It doesn't matter what you're trading, as long as it's a freely traded market, this is going to work, okay? And so that's the first thing. The other thing is the history. It's been around for 35 years, okay? Very few people can tell you they've been trading the same thing for 35 years, all right? So you've got a lot of strong strength behind this approach to trading, okay? And also, I don't need to be competing with anybody when I put in my orders, okay? So a couple ways you can do it if you're interested. We can do it 2 ways. You can purchase the package. We'll show you exactly how I arrive at these patterns, so you can do them yourself. They're easy to identify, and also the formula behind the Einstein and how it provides you with these targets. Or the other way is you just become a non-member, and that is only $50 a month. What you get is you get the watch list, which is within itself well worth the $50 a month, because if you've watched me trade for a while, you know I'm always getting in on the big runners. And because of the way that I scan, I have several scanners that are running at the same time. I look for correlation between the 2 scanners, and then I select the ones I'm going to be getting into. But also, every single one of these are also showing the potential of setting up some patterns. So not only is it something that has a lot of interest, but it's also going to be something that also has to be providing me with patterns that are setting up, okay? So if I am a buyer, I'm only looking for buy patterns. If you want to be a seller, you can only look for sell patterns. It's up to you, but you want to go where the action is. You want to go with the volatility. And I let my patterns tell me where to get in, and I use Einstein that lets me know where to get out, okay? So, and that's simple, $50 a month. So with $50 a month, not only are you going to get the morning watch list, you're also going to get the afternoon watch list, because I put out 2 watch lists. So if you want to trade the last hour of the day, which a lot of people do, you can do that. You can trade power hour and trade off of the watch list if you want to do that. And the other thing is I do provide live action as you see me trade in the morning. The first half an hour is available to everybody, and then I continue on with our subscribers. But that remains open, so I'll continue to trade, and you can watch not only which one of these stocks I'm getting in and getting out of, but where I'm exactly getting in, what the pattern is, and where I'm getting out. You'll be able to see all that on my charts as I trade live. So everything is exposed for you to watch, and it's worth giving it a shot to see for yourself the power behind these two methods that I use. My formula, Einstein formula, and what I call my core patterns. All right, that's going to be it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you want to be notified of these new updates at the end of the day on my trading. Just hit that notification bell as well, and you'll be one of the first to be notified. Okay, that's it. Everybody have a great day. We got one more day for the week, and we'll provide you with an update tomorrow. Take care.